you don't get any true support. You know, you don't get any substantial financial security. So I don't really know if I like it or hate it. In some cases, I hate it. But like when you put it like this, if you are running back, I hate it. If you're a wide receiver, it's cool. RC in the building. Thank you for joining the program, man. Much love to my brother. Thank you. If you're running back, it sucks because then they're just gonna use you up until you disappear and your skills erode, and then you just left with nothing, no security. You playing every year. Then you could get the Lords of London and get that damn insecurity, but man, I don't want to do it that way. Pay me what I've earned and stop killing me with that bullshit about we could find a running back in the third round. Why are we gonna pay you all this money? Yeah, Tom Brady, the dude who y'all call the greatest of all time, he was found in the fourth round. Joe Montana, he was found in the sixth round. Joe Montana was found in the fourth round. So we should start looking for quarterbacks in the fourth round. Tony Romo was an unsigned free agent. So should we start going that way? So I ain't trying to hear that nonsense. Kiss my ass at that, man. Go ahead on. I ain't trying to hear none of that. I ain't finna go back and forth with you on no franchise. But if you're not a running back, it could potentially be beneficial because at some point you could cash out like one Kirk Cousins did. Speaking of RC, it's all ironic that I got to the Kirk Cousins point right when RC came in the building. But it's ironic that I'm not black. Black is a status. I see you said if you're just talking about black economics. First of all, I'm not black. Black is a status and a color. If you look it up in the law dictionary, black means property. So you calling yourself property, Clay? I don't know. I ain't property. But what was I saying? When you get the RC, I mean, when you're a quarterback, you had a protection, and then more than likely, you don't have a very short career. Running backs come and go. Even when you're a very skilled running back, they can replace you easy. But when you're a skilled lineman, if you're a skilled defensive player, you tend to have a longer career. So, like I said, I'm kind of either way with that. So I'm really not sure how I would or would not lean. I hate it in some cases running back. I really don't mind it. In other cases like wide receiver, quarterback, and other positions. But that's what I don't like, the running back aspect of it. Now, as I stated at the top of the show, the NCAA tournament is coming. We got at the end of the month. We have the national basketball, the college March Madness started, and the tournaments will be at the end. In about a week, they'll start conference tournaments, and it brings this to my attention. Duke is number one. I got a question: are they beatable? Are they beatable? Like I said, bro, we can have that conversation off air. I gave you my phone number. I'll even type it in the chat room. You can give me a call anytime you like, my brother. I'll have that conversation with you. I'll definitely have that conversation with you. You're welcome to give me a call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I work for myself. There you go. Now, can Duke be beat? That's Duke is beatable. I wonder, because the reason I'm asking that is I'm a firm believer in at some point within the next in the next year, maybe 3, that we are going to see a rash of these teams that are not drafting 4-star players and they're getting their players coached up. I'm a firm believer in I would take in the tournament. This is only in the tournament, not in an NBA setting, not in a traditional basketball setting. Well, in a traditional basketball setting as well, I would take a very good senior or junior in college over a ridiculously skilled freshman. Yes, they have losses on the record. Yeah, this is true. The reason I'm saying that is this. At some point, you keep doing these one and done people, they are not immersed in your system. They're not immersed in your culture. They're living on talent and ability. And when you're living on talent and ability, you will have an adult body them out, and bam, they'll lose. My Tar Heels will give them a loss on Wednesday. That's going to be interesting because Duke and North Carolina, traditionally the biggest game of the college season is Wednesday. I'm looking forward to it. This is why I love college basketball. This is why college basketball is my favorite sport, because this is one of those any given afternoons or evenings you'll get your behind kicked. This is why the National Basketball, the NCAA tournament, it's the greatest tournament ever, if you ask me, man. It is why it is the greatest in the world, because it's always a Rudy Pooch state with Hillbilly Jim and Tyrone off 85th and Ashland. They always show up and beat somebody, and that's what I'm looking forward to, man. And that's why. And you talked about North Carolina Tar Heels, Clay Davis. What the dope part about North Carolina is Roy Williams has actually amended the way he recruits. He is getting juniors. He does have sophomores and juniors on his team, so they know in the North Carolina system. They know in the North Carolina way. Villanova, Kansas, it's gonna be a hell of a situation. And even though they lost, they lost to Duke by a wide margin, Kentucky is starting to round into shape. I heard my man Angry Black Man talk about this last night. Everybody looking at Tennessee, but Coach Barnes is not the greatest coach you'll come up with. He is not the best coach possible. It's gonna be a spectacular situation. HRap, Roy Williams is not HRap, it's not Roy Williams' old ass. It's okay. You need to correct that. You think I'm assuming you're gonna say it's not Roy Williams changing his methodology. I think you're gonna say it is those dudes are not coming to Carolina anymore. It's Hubert Davis. Okay, that's hey, that works too. I mean, but they've changed their methodology is the point. And it might be Hubert Davis. I like Hubert Davis. I like Hubert Davis as a college player and as a pro, but I like them then too, because I'm seeing that North Carolina is not going for even though if Zion Williams shows up at your door and say I want to play basketball, you're going to take him for that 1 year. But it does seem like North Carolina, Villanova, Jim Boeheim up at Syracuse, the Cats out there, UCLA, even though my man Steve Alford got fired. But it looks as if people are shying away outside of the Kentuckies and now Coach K. Remember Coach K used to say, I'll never do that one and done. Corey McGrady changed that. But it's just, I enjoy this because it's schools that you've never heard of, guys that you've never seen. And I've been saying this for at least 2 years on my show. I believe that if ESPN was truly out to showcase talent, they would start showing some of these mid-major schools and get us involved in that. That way you can draw people to the television. But I think it was on Spreaker. Somebody even brought this to my attention. They don't want to do that because they don't have the rights to those institutions and those conferences. So ESPN never big ups anything that they don't have the rights to. That's why they always kicking in the ass. That's why they always kicking boxing in the ass and other MMA. Well, they got MMA now. They used to kick MMA in the ass and then bam. UNC has one or two one and dones, but Duke has a starting 4 or 5 of one and dones. No sir, Clay. Oh, okay. Welcome, Wanga. Oh, okay. Big ups to Wanga, man. If I ain't say your name, bro, my bad. For those who don't know, man, Wanga is my younger brother. Younger. Yes, Litt, brother. So let me see. That's cheating social scandal and really dropped the number ones and duns for stop the one and done. Now that the cheating scandal's over, they can go back to the elite prospects. I'm not sure if they're going to do that because remember, in the midst of that, Clay, they won a national championship. So, and those dudes were not the elite of the elite. One of those dudes is kicking ass at Sacramento Kings right now. I can't think of his name. Light-skinned brother who hit that big shot. But I don't know, Clay. I think Roy, of course, again, if you got a Zion Williamson or one of these big name kids coming to your crib and saying, I'm going to come to your school saying, yeah, I want to come, he ain't going to turn them down. But I think him, Bill Self, and others around the country was the coach up at Michigan, which I never root for. I saw that Fab Five documentary, maybe saying, get these niggas off our campus. But that's neither here nor there. Now, what I want people to pay attention to is a kid by the name of Ja Morant. Ja Morant. Josh Jackson is the kid that's in Sacramento. Dude, killing it. Thanks, Clay Davis. Much love to my brother Clay. John Morant. This a kid who's at a Missouri Valley school. And again, this is why I always beat the drums of HBCUs. A lot of people say you can't get exposure at these smaller schools. Again, I told y'all, I will say this to the day I die. I did a unscientific experiment, looked at the teams, picked out 6 random teams, and looked at their rosters, and 36% of the people on those rosters in the National Football League come from schools that you've never heard of, never been on TV, Division I, Division II, and a lot of those schools that you've never heard of, and 36% of them players on National Football League teams come from those schools. The reason I'm bringing this up is this. John Morant is at a Missouri Valley school. That is what is labeled a mid-major. A mid-major. He's averaging 24 points, leading the nation in assists, and 10.2 assists a game. He is the honest-to-God truth. He's a pass-first point guard. He came from Weber, I think. I don't know if it was Utah State. I think it was Weber. My man Clay Davis said Damian Lillard came from Utah State. I think it was Weber State. I'm almost certain of that, but same difference. I mean, potato, tomato. It's the same thing. Schools that nobody. Yeah, Weber State, Tiffany Porter. Yeah, that's her boyfriend. That's Tiffany's boyfriend. Tiffany come through right now. But John Morant is a dude who they're talking about picking right after the kids at Duke. Most people never heard of him. This dude got big time springs. He's an awesome passer, scoring 24 points a night. Weber, okay. Sorry about. Thank you for the correction, Tiffany. On point today, even though she a Kansas City Chiefs fan. I'm gonna hold that against AFC West in the house. But this is why I'm talking about John Morant. Most people don't know him. He's not. You probably see him a highlight or two on ESPN, but he kicking ass and taking ass. And of course, the dominant society is going along with the nonsense of well, we don't know if he can face the competition. But y'all gave the same dude, Doug McDermott, who was drafted in the first round in the lottery from the Bulls. There was no question about his bum ass. No athleticism, no handle, couldn't create his own shot. But he got Player of the Year and was drafted by the Bulls. But you don't know if a wildly athletic, awesome passing, scoring machine, pass-first point guard by the name of Ja Morant, you don't know if he could do it. This is why we need to be watching Aspire TV. Look on your cable package. If you got Aspire, that's where you can find HBCU basketball, wildly athletic brothers. I've been watching a few games. Relatively entertaining, wildly athletic brothers. And and they are in systems for 4 years, so that means they can play basketball. I've seen a couple of them brothers on a couple of them games. And by the way, Aspire, I think last time I checked, Aspire TV is owned by one Irvin Magic Johnson. So if you got a cable package and one of the bigger packages, contact your cable provider, get Aspire. You can watch you some HBCU basketball. But this is why I be pushing that, because if you have the talent, if you have the ability, you can come from Weber State. And you can be in the NBA too. Or you can go to overseas. See, again, I'm wildly competitive. I am wildly competitive. I truly enjoy competing. But at the end of the day, this is a job. This is a job. And when you at work, it's your job to maximize your ability to earn. And when you maximize your ability to earn, it don't make a difference where you work. The question I would always ask one of these young people is this: do you want to play in the NBA, or do you want to be a professional basketball player? Because I know at least off the top of my head half a dozen dudes who are doing fabulous. One being my personal relation, my cousin Ali. He in the Dominican Republic, won a couple championships, a league MVP, and we living a good life right now, man. So, hey, do you want to be a professional basketball player, or do you want to play in the National Basketball Association? That's the question. So everybody not going to play in the National Basketball Association. About 480, 500 guys that's going to do that every year. So, seeing how 7 billion people in the world, maybe you need to, if you don't get drafted in the National Basketball Association, maybe you need to see if you can get other alternatives, and those other alternatives will afford you the same comfortable lifestyle. This just man, HRap, I can't tell you what to do. Roy Williams is fine, but find a way to lose a game. He could be up 30 with 6 minutes to go in the game. It won't slow it down and still start running and gunning. Shit, I've seen him do it. Roy will.